then, the brilliant Pavement. Some of their really early stuff, compilation of singles on this, great compilation. Westing by Muscat and Sexton. I guess that must have been the 80s, was it? That early. I'd forgotten how really raw and sort of naked they were back in those days. But I'll come on to talk about the LPs in a bit. I'm just going to talk about some stuff I got down on a recent trip to London, down to spent a nice hour or more in Reckless Records in Berwick Street. Great collection in there. I'd picked up 4 or 5 things which I'll just run through in a minute. But did you watch Glastonbury? Yeah, well, I did bits and bobs. The good, the bad and the ugly. Yeah, it's good to see old Neil rocking out, I suppose, with like a set of old great granddads grunging away on the guitars. Was nice to see. I thought Ray was alright, R-A-Y-E. I thought it was big band, fairly straight ahead sort of stuff, but really nicely done. The headline acts that got all applauded, certainly in the Guardian reviewers and that. I gotta say, I did try. I give them so long, and then later on or the next day I looked them up on YouTube and tried to see what the fuss is about. But both, is it Charlie X? Is it XCX? XCX? And the night after, the one with the sort of Spanish sound name, Olivia, is it Rodriguez? I gotta say, there was absolutely nothing whatsoever there for me. I just found it really, really, really ugly. Sonically, lyrically, visually, nothing there at all. The whole brat thing, I don't know, should I be worried about it? Should I expect that it's not for me? An old fella like myself, but I just couldn't get what I can see maybe what some of the kids are seeing in it, in a throwaway poppy sort of sense, fair enough, but I couldn't see what the reviewers were getting at. But so no, once again, disappointed with the headline acts, but and then of course there was the bloody Legend stage, wasn't there? I mean, what a guy who's been involved in some of the best music of the early 70s, those cracking solo albums, the stuff he's done singing with others, Jeff Beck, Python, Lee Jackson and others. Rod Stewart, of course, a great singer, great voice, and credit to him as still a fit guy at 80-year-old, but what a bloody cringeworthy performance. It was cringeworthy is the only word I can think of really. But give it up, Rod. Get in your loft with your train sets and anyway. But of course the main headlines have been stolen in what I think is a ridiculous week and an important week for not just for music, but for protest and for art generally. And of course I'm talking about I was looking forward to the Set by Kneecap, having seen their film last year and really enjoyed that. Rap's not my thing, but political rap, my knowledge of political rap sort of begins and ends pretty much with Gil Scott-Heron, but I was looking forward to Kneecap, but obviously I didn't get to enjoy that. And then Bob Vylan, I didn't watch live, and I've seen his name on posters at festivals, and I'd wrongly thought that it was maybe some sort of just fun type jokey festival band taking off Bob Dylan's name, but no, serious punk rap, anarchists. And looking up their stuff, I'd never heard of them, so the advantage of them getting into the controversial spotlight was that I did look at their stuff up, and I quite enjoyed some of it. Some of the social commentary stuff about growing up in working class Britain, or non-working class Britain, Yeah, good stuff. And you would fully expect bands like those two I've just mentioned to comment on global politics and the global situation. Not everyone might agree with them, that's okay, but you'd expect them to say something. And why the BBC is A, getting all head up about it, B, getting attacked by, politicians who really should know better, Starmer, really should know better. Very worrying, disturbing, really, that and they've been cancelled now. This band, they've had things, gigs cancelled, visas cancelled, etc. I think it's appalling. I mean, I think the line "death to the IDF." I'm sure they generally come up with better rhymes than that. But the issue is the IDF for an illegal occupying force committing war crimes on a daily basis, and that somebody calls them out. You would just fully expect it at a rock festival, to bear shit in the woods. So what is the fuss about? I mean, hopefully the controversy has helped their message reach even more people, that we need to speak out and do something about this. And of course, this has been followed by the proscription of Palestine Action, who, again, I don't know much about at all. I was aware of the breaking into the RAF base and spraying the planes, which is clearly in itself not a terrorist act. It's an act of direct action, in pursuit of peaceful aspirations, and to prescribe it on the basis of that act, I think, is absolutely wrong. I've seen a clip of Clive Lewis MP speaking against it in Parliament, and he spoke very articulately and well. I would support what he says. And of course, now it has been prescribed. I say I don't know, maybe the stuff I don't know about this particular organisation, but what I want to say is that I would fully support the ability of groups to undertake that form of direct action. I think it's absolutely crucial in our very fragile and non-participatory democracy that we seem to hold so dear. But anyway, I've had a rant on. I was talking about Reckless Records, and I picked up 5 records. That was Pavement, that was Box Elder, about a town in Montana apparently, from their compilation. Really raw, rough stuff, this, great stuff. Love the title of it, Westing by Muscat and Sextant. Yeah, great. And it's got on the inner sleeve, it's got a picture of cod, which I have no idea what the relevance of that is, but always welcome. Any fish action on my my LP collection is always welcome. The next 2 I picked up were, I suppose I was spurred on by the sad death of David Thomas from Pere Ubu, and picked up 2 albums that he did in the, I should look at the years, shouldn't I? I think it was late 80s, as sort of, this is a solo project, or with a band he's called the Wooden Birds, which I think this was the first one. This is a really interesting and odd one. Monster Walks the Winter Lake. I'll come on to maybe talk about these, because I'm going to do a Pere Ubu special, and I'll include these, not least because the band, most of the band members of the Wooden Birds went on to become the next iteration of Pere Ubu just after the production of these albums. This one, Blame the Messenger, has Chris Cutler of Henry Cow, the British avant-garde sort of band, and he's drumming on and percussion on Blame the Messenger. But really good stuff. Always good to have more stuff by the one and only, the unique David Thomas. The next one I've got, oops, bloody hell, this is the Blackbirds. This is sort of disco, jazz, soul stuff, but really high quality musicianship. They're called the Blackbirds because they come under the tutelage, I think, of Donald Byrd, but this really funky, catchy. I keep thinking if I was ever DJing at a really big garden party barbecue come thing, which is one of the most unlikely scenarios that's never ever going to happen. But if I was, this is the sort of stuff I really like to play. So yeah, good stuff, the Blackbirds and its Unfinished Business. And then lastly, and we'll go out with a track from this one. This is the massively underrated, in my opinion, brilliant English songwriter Martin Stevenson, here with his second album with his band The Dainties from the mid-80s somewhere. I've featured his first album before, Boat to Bolivia, which is an absolute classic. This is the second album, Gladsome Humour and Blue, and there's just some absolutely stunning songs on here. I've seen Martin Stevenson a few times over the years, seen him fairly recently in a tiny local pub here. I understand he's living in the Outer Hebrides somewhere now, so not touring so much probably, but I urge anyone to seek him out. If he is playing in your locale, definitely go and see him. What a raconteur, just a great, genuine, brilliant songwriter and singer. And on this album, the band sounds somewhere between Prefab Sprout, their contemporaries and geographical neighbours, I suppose, about this time, and Lamb Chop, who, you know, the American band that were 10 years after this. And the song I'm going to sing is called I Can See, because we do all need to see. We need to open our eyes, we need to see what's happening, we need to feel what's happening. And often we need to do something about it. So good on Bob Villan and Kneecap for speaking out. Good on Palestine Action for taking that particular action. Not commenting on other stuff I don't know about. But we're going to go out with I Can See from Martin Stevenson and the Dainties, second album. And anyone who was watching last time will know that I've rearranged my room now, so to put an LP on I've got to wander over here, so I will wander over there. I will say bye bye, see you next time. Hope to do these a bit more regularly now without the political rants, hopefully. I'll leave that there. This is Martin Stevenson and I Can See. And it's an absolutely gorgeous track.
I can see, my eyes are open wide. I can see that you can't bend a broken mind. Before to feel the way the sunlight feels as it shines over house on night.
See you next time. Ta-da.
I shall cut the strings that bind me and get up from right behind. I shall red the diamonds, and then the pros and cons, pros and cons. I can see